The group of people that have been affected by this latest outbreak, we were talking about household debt yesterday. We were talking about the tourism industry. We also talk about the vans operator today. Another group that has been affected, and most of the time they don't know how to explain it, are the children that have to shift to learn online. And the experts said that learning online is actually hurting them. A recent report by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, suggests that the fresh wave of COVID-19 is threatening to plunge Thai students into deeper summer slide, as school closure affected more than 15 million students. So the word summer slide usually refers to a loss of academic skills and knowledge over the course of summer vacation in countries that have lengthy breaks. But what is now happening in Thailand, students? The experts said it could be termed as COVID-19 slide.
Right.
And this happened despite the fact that by last July, Thai students had returned to classroom after the outbreak was quickly contained. So ever since the first wave of coronavirus hit Thailand early last year, students have done most of their learning online rather than in the classroom. Dr. Phumsaran Thongliamnak, an education economist at the Equitable Education Research Institute, or EFI, said that research shows that children away from schools for 6 weeks lose half an academic year in terms of knowledge, and that is a lot. Just a few weeks after the second semesters began in early December, the new wave of COVID-19 emerged. And the Education Ministry has now ordered all schools in 28 red zone provinces, including Bangkok, to close and adopt online learning from January 4th until the end of January 31st. Schools in other provinces can also do the same, depending on the local authorities' view about how serious COVID-19 situation develops in their areas. The school closure may last longer this time, given new infections are rising at a worrying rate. Professor Dr. Sompong Chitradap of Chulalongkorn University's Faculty of Education said that learning loss impacts will be felt again. And this time, the impacts could be bigger, as there is no end in sight for the second wave yet. That sounds very scary. And Dr. Yongpu Warawan, a very renowned virologist, well respected, he also expressed his concern about the impact on the education. He said that Thai education is already lagging behind others. Closing schools will take a larger toll. Yet it is absolutely necessary to close schools in cities with widespread contagion.
At the same time, Dr. Phumsaran said it was clear that online classes were not as effective as schoolroom classes. So the problems generally worsen for children who lack access to equipment for the shift to online learning. Some children, especially those from cash-strapped families and those with learning disabilities, will drift away from the education system after spending so much time at home. So what can be done? Dr. Phumsaran said many teachers have created impressive content for online learning, while many schools have arranged offline support such as delivering textbooks, learning materials, as well as advice to students. At the same time, Professor Dr. Sompong recommended that great learning and teaching media should be compiled into a national digital platform to support both teachers and students. He also added that the Education Ministry should be flexible in its evaluation of learning outcomes and let schools and teachers have their say. So that's an overview of how the COVID-19 situation impacts the education system here.